Welcome to Zips Nation Insider. A little bit different than the Learfield suite for
Just a
us.
little bit.
We are in the James A. Rhodes Arena here on campus as the start of the basketball season is already upon us.
Somehow we're already here.
I mean, next week, both men's and women's tip off. Zips Nation Insider is powered by the Fear the Root Collective and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Grant, a lot to report from this past weekend.
A ton. Big East champs for the men's team. Big East regular season champs. Couple wins last week. Beat Creighton 3-0. And then also beat Marquette 3-0 as well. So a couple dominant wins from them. Emil Jaskalainen staying hot. You know, he's had several multi-goal games here down the stretch. And he's also the nation's leading scorer still.
Nation's
somehow,
leading
so.
scorer. It's pretty cool to think about where we were at the beginning of the season. I know there were some folks, some Zips fans, that were a little concerned about what was going on. But once we hit the Big East season, Big East play, it's been nothing but just straight up for that
Haven't looked
team.
back. I think it's 8 or 9 wins in a row now.
So I was looking. So this time they finished last season 2-1-5 in the Big East. 7-0.
5 ties last year. That's
Five
the big
ties.
difference there is we're getting it done.
So the biggest, obviously Jaskalainen, the big addition to the team, his ability to score. There's been some other fantastic players. Obviously, he's not doing it by himself, but there has been some fantastic additions to the team. It's been fun to watch. Mitch Butler, who was our guest last week on Zips Nation Insider, had another clean sheet.
Couple shutouts in a row.
Yeah.
Great team effort for them, and then we're going to get to see how they look in the playoffs here as we host a playoff game on November 9th.
So their last game, regular season game, is this Saturday. And then on November 9th, time still to be determined and opponent still to be determined will be that first playoff game. All right, football. Let's talk about football really quick.
We won. We got a win here.
We won.
So we got our first conference win of the year against Eastern Michigan, 25-21 this past Saturday. Just a great team win. Started off 18-0. Started to feel a little too good, I think.
Too good.
Lead kind of slipped away. Eastern Michigan actually ended up taking the lead after the Zips got to the hot start, but the Zips hung on and got the win ultimately, which is what matters. So.
In our house, we call it zips that are zipping, right? That's what we say when there's like these leads slip away. They did not do it. They held off. One stat that I love from the game, 0 sacks. Eastern Michigan had 0 sacks, which has not been the case in previous games. 0 sacks.
Offensive line hold
up. Yes, you'd love to see that. You know that if you give Ben and Taj, quite frankly, time to cook, they're going to have a great game.
Yeah, and it's been cool to see how they've rotated both of them in at times.
Yeah.
Taj has got a ton of looks this year and got a couple scores as well.
5 rushing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a game this Saturday, Buffalo at noon here on campus. That will be their next game. And then obviously we're here at the James A. Rhodes Arena. So we got basketball starting. When can we see Zips basketball? Preview a little bit of that for the season.
Yeah, so women's basketball tips off at home Monday, November 4th. That is a 6 p.m. tip-off against Georgia State. And then next Friday, November 8th, that is the men's tip-off at 7 p.m. against Ohio Wesleyan. So a lot to look forward to.
This is the time of year when we have so many sports. We got football, volleyball, soccer, basketball. It is a busy swimming. We got swimming going on. It is a busy time of year on campus. So stay tuned to Zips Nation Insider to learn all about what's going on here on campus. Oh yeah, rifle, number 13 team in the nation. Welcome to Zips Nation Insider. A little bit different look for a second week in a row. Today we're here at the JAR, James A. Rhodes Arena, just off the court with our guest from the women's basketball team, Teniesha Clarke. Teniesha, thank you for being on Zips Nation Insider this week.
Thanks for having me.
How you feeling? Ready for the season?
Yep, I'm excited.
We're one week out.
Mm-hmm.
1 week out. We're excited to see basketball back on campus. So today I just want to kind of learn a little bit more about you, your experience coming to Akron as well as last year, and then what we can look forward to this coming season. But Burlington, Ontario to Akron, Ohio. Talk a little bit about that journey, that path that led you to campus.
Well, I'm actually from Hamilton. So
Okay.
Born and raised in Hamilton, grew up there, and then I moved to Burlington.
Okay.
Throughout high school, I actually did move around, so I didn't even live at home. I went to a couple of prep schools to get me like more involved in like higher level basketball and stuff like that. So I went to TRC Academy, which was not too far from like where I lived. And then after COVID, like my grade 11 and 12 year, I went to Niagara Prep. So went there for a couple years and then got recruited by Coach G. Then I ended up here. So
okay, so recruited by the coach to come play here at Akron.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference between Canadian basketball and high school versus here? What has been that transition? Again, 2 different countries. Is there anything different, the same? Talk a little bit about that difference between Canadian and playing here in college in the U.S.
Yeah, basketball-wise, I feel like my biggest, the biggest difference I feel was the physicality and the pace. Like I feel like it's a lot quicker, a lot more physical. Like you use your body all the time. You're getting hit all the time. It's a lot of fun, but definitely took a little bit to get used to. So it's probably the biggest.
So that was something new to you, different with just the physical nature of the basketball here.
Just like a different level. Like obviously basketball is always physical, but
sure.
College is just another level of like physicality.
Did it take you a few practices, a few games to realize, whoa, wait a minute, this is different?
Yeah, like even like me using my body as well and like going to hit people and like just being more active like on defense, stuff like that definitely took a while to adjust to.
So last season, played in 26, started in 15. You know, how did you embrace that opportunity, like just to taking advantage of the chance to play on the team? Talk a little bit about just last season and what you're able to learn from that.
Yeah, I feel like last year it wasn't really linear, which was hard at first. Like I started like obviously as a freshman trying to like prove myself and like feeling like I belong and like I can start games and stuff and like contribute. So definitely had some rough patches, but towards the end it got a lot better. And I love challenges, I love competition. So once I felt like the confidence was there, like I really believe that like I belong here and like I can contribute to this team. I feel like after I felt like that, like it kind of just went from there and like. Yeah.
So there was a game last year, the Buffalo game. You had 19 points as your high point of the season. Kind of after that, did you feel like, to your point, I guess, with the confidence, did that outing kind of give you the confidence for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I felt that game kind of like building up because like, I don't know, I kind of always have this confidence, but I'm like, like, is it going to be today? Like, am I going to play well or not? Like, that consistency wasn't there. So I felt like once I had that game, I was like, okay, like, yeah, this is, like, I know I can do this. Like, I know I belong out here, and I could be, like, a little bit more consistent with that kind of mindset. So, yeah, that game definitely helped.
Great. So we have Teniesha Clarke, sophomore guard from, Burlington, but Hamilton, Ontario.
Yeah, Burlington and Hamilton.
Okay, Burlington, Hamilton, Ontario, in her sophomore year on the team here on Zips Nation Insider. So in addition to scoring, definitely all-around game, assists, rebounds. Kind of what's your model for your game? If I was to say what your comparison, maybe people that, professionals, that type of thing, what would you be your comparison to someone that folks would know?
Oh, that's a tough question. I don't know. I mean, when I was younger, people would call me like mini LeBron. So
mini
like,
LeBron.
Yeah.
Well, you're in Akron, so.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe that.
Okay.
Know.
So an all-around, just try to have an all-around game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do everything I can, I guess.
So as you reflect on your first season, what are some things you're looking forward to this next season coming up here, starting next week, actually?
Yeah. We have a lot of new faces this year, so it's been good. It's been like a challenge at first to kind of understand how everyone plays together, but I think once we figured that out, I think we have a really good potential. We have a really good group this season, so I'm just excited to like play with everyone and like actually get to compete with everyone on the team.
So let's talk about that for a second. There's 8 new players on the team this year. So what has been kind of the process to kind of get used to everyone, know everyone's name first off? 8 new players, that's a lot.
Yeah.
What have the coaching staff done? What have you done as individually to try to kind of gel with the rest of some of the new players on the team?
Yeah, well, off the court, we try to do as much as we can to like get to know each other and like team bonding and hang out and stuff like that. And then on the court, just really just playing together, just like trial and error, see what works, what doesn't work, and just getting used to like how we work like mentally and like how we play on the court. So yeah.
So as far as goals, do you have any personal goals for this next upcoming season? Anything that you're trying to work on to maybe round out your game, improve on from last season?
Yeah, I feel like one thing I've been focusing on was like my shooting.
Okay.
So I'd like to improve that, and yeah. That's
so
my main,
shooting. So that's what we should look forward.
main
You're shooting.
focus.
Okay.
Personally, yeah.
Okay, great. So, so from off the court, your political science major. How did you decide on that? What was the kind of the impetus becoming a political science major?
Well, I've always been interested in like government and like politics and things like that. I want to go to law school in the future, so
Okay.
it's kind of giving me a good like foundation to go there, and yeah.
So law school is kind of in, if you were to look at where you want to go, law school. Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be able to play here and then go to law school here? Is that kind of a goal? That's something you'd like to be able to do?
Yeah, that's the plan. I want to stay like in the States after I finish like
Okay.
university. So yeah.
Okay. So one of the things we like to ask our student athletes that come on, a couple things. One, do you have any like pregame superstitions that like you have to do, like tie your shoes a certain way or wear different colored socks? Like, do you have any pregame? No,
Not really superstitious. No.
Oh man, okay.
I know, boring.
That's all right.
Sorry.
I'm actually surprised by the amount of the athletes that we talk to that don't have that. So you're probably actually more in the majority than you'd think. So the other question we like to find out, specifically for those that aren't from here in Akron, like yourself, if we were to go to your hometown, where are we going to get some hometown pizza? Where's your favorite pizza restaurant in Hamilton?
Ooh. We don't really have like pizza that's different. I would say though, poutine. You have to try poutine.
Oh, sure, I know what that is. It's like
Yeah.
French fries with gravy with
Yeah,
with the
it's
cheese.
a Canadian dish. It's my favorite food ever. So
Now,
I would
have
say
you-
try that.
Okay, have you found a place here that does it?
No,
Okay, so that's Zips Nation. We need to find a good poutine restaurant
please
for
help
Teniesha.
me.
Okay, so our last segment is called our rapid fire segment. It's powered by 330 To Go, Northeast Ohio's hottest and fastest growing news and entertainment media network. So we have some rapid fire. So these questions, don't think, just answer, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's pull these up. What's your favorite emoji?
Like the laughing, crying one.
Laughing, crying, that's your favorite emoji?
Yeah.
Okay, favorite basketball movie?
Love and basketball.
Love and basketball favorite. Who's the biggest joker on the team?
Shelby,
Shelby's the biggest joker?
probably. Yeah.
Okay. Who's the best dancer on the team?
Oh, we have a lot of. I don't know. I'll say Maddie.
Maddie's the
She
best
loves
dancer?
to dance. Yeah.
Okay, we'll ask her about that when we meet with
Okay.
her in a sec. Well, thank you, Teniesha Clarke. Again, welcome to being a guest here on Zips Nation Insider. Excited for this next season and wish you the best of luck. Thank you. We have our second guest on this week's Zips Nation Insider, Maddie Vejsicky. She is a junior guard, just first year here at Akron.
Yeah.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
campus. I
Thank
know
you.
you've been here this whole semester. Actually, when did you get here? When did you get here on
In the
campus?
summer. I think I got here the week before June 10th is when our first workout started.
Okay.
So, yeah,
So you've been here a while
Yeah, I've
then.
been here.
Okay. Well, good. Well, welcome to
Thank
Zips Nation's Insider. So talking about your journey here, so you came in the summer, but you've had a couple of Division I spots.
Yeah.
You've been. Talk a little bit about that path, that journey to get
Yeah.
here to campus.
Yeah, so I originally started at Virginia Tech my freshman year and then ended up transferring after that to the University of San Diego. So completely on the other side. And then I decided to come back home. I've known Coach Ryan for a while, so it finally just came back full circle to come play for him.
Yeah. So actually, you went to high school not too far from here, a couple
Yeah.
hours away, New Concord,
Yeah.
Ohio. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
Grew up
yeah.
at Newark High School, right?
Yes, yeah,
Newark High School.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so coming back to Ohio, I'm sure your family's going to
Oh, yeah.
be able to watch and see you play.
Yeah.
So, what are those experiences at Virginia Tech, San Diego, kind of led you to where you're at now? From what have you learned from those stops?
I mean, a lot. There's probably a lot more that I learned that I haven't actually took into consideration yet. But I mean, I feel like just the dynamic of each team. I was on a really a winning team at Virginia Tech, and then I went to San Diego, and it was kind of a completely different dynamic. So I feel like I learned that the difference of wanting to win and everybody playing for that, and then the difference of everyone just kind of playing for themselves in a way.
Got it.
So, yeah.
So you are one of 8 new players on the team.
Yeah.
How has it been that transition? First off, remembering everyone's name, probably that's the first part.
Yeah.
But how have you been able to gel? What have the coaches done, other players, to kind of
Yeah.
help with that transition, not just for you, but
Yeah.
for the whole team?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this transition, because I've done this a couple of times, has been probably the smoothest it has been. I feel like the whole team, especially the returners, have done such a good job of helping out all the new people come in, and it's just honestly just kind of meshed pretty well. So
have you found your spot then on the team, kind of
Yeah.
your place on the team?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great to hear. So what are you looking forward to this season? Your first time dressing up as a Zip?
yeah.
You're going to have your family, the fans. Kind of what are
Yeah.
some of your goals for this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the past 2 seasons I've been somewhere else. It's kind of been a little bit of a mental battle. So I feel like this year it's really just more of the mental side of the game than it is actually on the court, but also just having fun again. Playing the sport and just playing with the team.
So that's the goal, is to have fun.
Yeah, have fun. It's very important. I feel like at this level, we lose sight of that a lot, and I feel like that's something that I want like everyone on this team to have, is just remember that we are here to have a little bit of fun.
That's a great attitude. You are playing a game.
We are.
The goal is
We
to
are.
have fun. Obviously, winning is an important thing, but again, not necessarily above having a good time. And really, you kind of see sometimes that when you're out having fun out there, the winning kind of happens as well.
Exactly.
Kind of follows suit. So while in high school, you were a third-team All-State as well as first-team All-Conference.
Yes.
What are some of the highlights of your career, and how are some of those things going to translate into here working at or playing at Akron?
I mean, the highlight had to have been the state championship that we went to. I mean, we didn't end up winning it, but it was probably the best basketball game I played so far. It was double overtime. Just that atmosphere, I feel like really excites me to have that again and experience that again at this level as well. I broke the 3-point record at my high school, so I mean, obviously that'd be great to do something cool like that again. But yeah, so high school, those are pretty cool moments for me.
So here on campus, you're a graphic design major.
Yeah, well, I just switched, so I'm a media studies major now.
Media studies,
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
So how do you balance the in-school, out-of-school practice? How have you been able to balance that in your career so far, and at least here in the last few months that you've been here on campus?
It's definitely a learning process for sure. I feel like the tutors that we have available and all the academic people that we have available is very helpful, because sometimes it is hard to just manage it on your own. But it's really you just have to find what works for you. And me is just I honestly just have a calendar, write everything I got for the whole month, and then just check it off when I'm done.
Got it. How about hobbies, interests outside of school? What are some of the things you've been able to do since being on campus?
Yeah, I've went golfing a couple times.
Golf?
I used to do that growing up a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
My dad loves golf, so I try to fit it in a little bit, but I mean, it's a good couple hours that you got to have free time. It's a commitment to go golfing.
It is. You're right.
Yeah.
It's not something you can just do casually. You got to be all in.
Exactly.
All right, so we have some questions, just kind of some fun. I mean, hopefully these questions have been fun anyway, but do you have any pre-game superstitions that you have to do?
Superstition.
Now, Teniesha didn't have any,
Yeah.
but how about yourself? Is there anything you got to tie your shoes a certain way, different socks, a song you have to listen to?
It does have to be a certain pair of socks. I have a superstition with socks and how they feel in my shoe.
Okay.
And
so when you put them on, put your shoe on, you know right away you get a change of socks, that type of thing?
Yeah, I will know putting on those shoes if I gotta change my socks or not. There's not a specific pair of socks I gotta wear, but it's
just the feel.
type. Yeah, the type.
See, this is what we're trying to find out. So it's the socks for you.
It's the socks.
Okay. So the other question we like to find out from our guests, specifically about their hometown, but around hometown pizza place. So if we're going to visit you in New Concord, where are we going to get pizza?
Oh man, I haven't been there in a minute, but the pizza place was Wally's.
Wally's Pizza.
Wally's Pizza. It was this huge. It was the square pieces. It was
Okay.
just this huge pizza. It was a big thing around there. After every high school basketball game, that's the pizza that was brought.
So Wally's Pizza. What do you
Wally's
get? What's
Pizza.
your order at Wally's Pizza?
Some pepperoni pizza.
Pepperoni pizza at
Yeah.
Wally's. Nothing's better after a game, after a win.
Right.
You're having fun. We're going to go to
Yeah.
Wally's Pizza.
Right.
All right, so we have some rapid fire questions. Now these questions, don't think, just answer, okay?
Don't think,
Now
just
I will
answer.
say that one of the questions we asked Teniesha, you were the answer. You're
I
the
was
answer.
the answer?
Yeah.
Oh.
So her question, let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Who's the best dancer on the team?
Ooh. I'm gonna say Alexis.
Okay, Alexis?
Yeah.
Teniesha said it was you.
Me?
Yeah.
Wow. that I should have said myself then. I mean, I'm
right.
gonna take some pride in that.
There you go. Best dancer on the team. Your first car, what was your first car?
Ooh, my first car was a Chevy Spark, which makes no sense for how large I am. I don't know if you know what a Chevy Spark is, but very small car.
Chevy Spark. Okay. Favorite emoji?
emoji? Probably just the laughing emoji.
Laughing emoji.
Yeah.
Not the laughing with tears, but just the laughing
No,
one?
the tears.
The laugh.
Definitely the tears.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we have 2 for that.
Yeah.
So that's what Teniesha said. Favorite basketball movie?
Basketball movie? Say Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a theme here. Love and Basketball. What's your favorite place to go off campus to have fun?
Favorite place to go off campus?
I know you've only been here a few months.
I know. I'm trying to think. I mean, really, I just go anywhere my teammates want to go.
Okay.
Like, I'm just with them. Like,
Okay.
anything that they want to go do, like, let's go do it.
So hang out with your
Yeah.
teammates.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're starting the season next week. You got your first game.
Yeah.
Why should we be excited? Why should fans be excited for Zips women's basketball?
I mean, I feel like we have brought in a lot of new people, but I think the talent that we've brought in and like how we're playing right now, I feel like there's going to be something special. And I feel like it's hard to bring new people in and like be able to like connect well on the floor. So I feel like it's just going to be really interesting to watch.
Well, we're excited for you. Welcome to
Thank-
campus. Looking
thank
forward
you.
to seeing you hit some of those 3-pointers
Thank you.
as we cheer on the Zips for this 24-25 season. So we've had thank you, Maddie Vejsicky on Zips Nation Insider.
Thank you.